what happens when pro-abortion people are accidentally and momentarily honest about what they believe. You know, the pro-abortion position usually comes to us cloaked in euphemism, cloaked in code words, propaganda, dishonesty, obfuscation, misleading talking points and rhetoric. That's usually the way it goes. But every once in a while, someone from that camp will take off the mask and let their true faces show. And it is a hideous face indeed. That actually happened twice this week. So let's take a look at both examples. Both caught on tape. So first, we've got Alabama State Representative John Rogers. He is railing against a wonderful bill in Alabama that would criminalize almost all abortion, which is just awesome. But John Rogers doesn't like that very much, and this is the case that he makes against restricting abortion.
All I'm saying to you, it ought to be a woman's choice. I'm not about to be, as a male, tell a woman what to do with her body. She has a right to make that decision herself, to rape or incest. Some kids are unwanted, so you kill them now, kill them later. You bring them in the world unwanted, unloved, then you send them to the electric chair. So you kill them now, kill them later. But the bottom line is that I think we should be making this decision.
All right. You can kill them now, or you can kill them later. There are, that was his quote, right? So there are a few interesting things happening in this clip. The first is that a rambling, unintelligible psychopath was apparently elected to office as a Democrat in Alabama. In fact, I looked this up. He's been reelected many times. He's been in office since 1982. So 37 years for a man whose argument for abortion is, we got to kill kids now or kill them later. So what does that tell you about the Democrat Party? Also, what does that tell you about how easy it is to be a politician? That you can have an IQ of 12 and be a bloodthirsty psychopath and still get along swimmingly in your career as a politician for 37 years. The second interesting thing is that Rogers admits that these are kids. He admits that it's killing. And of course, those facts are completely self-evident and unavoidable, so you don't get credit for admitting them. But most pro-aborts will not admit that. Yet he does. And you know, it's kind of like socialism. That, like I said, what does it tell you about socialism? That whenever you get a good look at it, it's horrific. Well, it's the same thing with the pro-abortion position. What does it tell you that anytime a pro-abortion person is just frank and direct and honest and doesn't try to get around it and say, oh, it's not really a baby, it's a fetus, it's a clump of cells, you know, doesn't use any of that, just says, yeah, here's what it is, here's my defense of it. What does it tell you that anytime someone does that, the results are nightmarish and bone-chilling? Speaking of bone-chilling, there was another random act of honesty by pro-aborts this week, also caught on video. This is from the University of Texas, San Antonio. Actually, the incident, I guess, happened sometime in April, but it just went viral this week. Pro-life students on campus had set up a display called Cemetery of the Innocents, which is a display, looks like a cemetery, which is meant to remember and memorialize the innocents who are killed by abortion. Some feminists got wind of this, and here's what happened.
Look, there's mine right there. Look, there's mine right there. I'm just so slutty. I got pregnant, so I had to get an abortion. Jesus still loves me. Sex and abort fetuses. That's my number one thing.
As someone explain things, just in case.
And you're proud of it?
I'm the nerd.
Yes, I'm super proud of it. I am extremely proud of it. I exercise my right to choose.
Okay, it looks like we have an officer, a couple of officers on site.
Apparently I can't stand in grass and get the cops called. I love advocating for abortion. My uterus loves advocating for abortion.
All right. Well, as I watch that again, I guess I should amend the way that I set that video up. I said that it's honesty, but it's not. It's honesty in that it reveals the dark and depraved heart of pro-abortion advocacy. So it is honesty in that sense. But these women who are acting proud of their abortions, these women acting so flippant about it, joking about it, they are not being honest with themselves or with us. Not at all. You know, what you're watching here, what you saw there, were broken human beings trying to convince themselves, not convince us, trying to convince themselves of what they're saying, trying desperately to stave off the guilt and self-loathing that they feel by way overcompensating. That's what's going on there. You know, pro-aborts like to pretend that getting an abortion is basically, it's just like getting a filling at the dentist or something. But a normal procedure, no big deal, nothing to freak out about. That's what they say. Well, it's weird because if there were some whack jobs out on a street corner screaming that it's immoral and evil to get a dental procedure, would you bother going up to them with a sign and screaming, I got a dental procedure and I'm proud of it. I got a filling. I'm proud. No, you wouldn't. You would roll your eyes at these people and say, these people are crazy. And you would go about your day. You're not going to argue with them because you know there's nothing wrong with getting a filling at the dentist. You know there's nothing wrong with getting your cavity taken care of. You know that you don't need to argue with someone about it. You don't need to defend it. You'd have no interest in doing that. But with abortion, what you find is that these women feel the need, while claiming that the pro-life position is crazy and it's just as delusional as somebody railing against getting a cavity filled. While they say that, but yet they take the time and they feel the need to grab the sign and march around saying, I'm so proud. Well, here's the thing. Pretty much 100% of the time, when someone is making a point of declaring how proud they are of themselves, of something that they did, it means they aren't proud.